Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and to today's pick a card reading. Today, again, this reading is geared towards long distance relationships. You don't have to be in one currently for this reading to resonate for you. You can choose a pile and just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But my main purpose for this reading today is to address why you can't be together right now in your long distance relationship and when is that going to change, if it will change. So I will give you a moment to select your group. Group 1 right here is going to be the Orphan, this top left. Okay. Group 2 is going to be in the middle and the top, the Crone. Group 3 is going to be the Judge over here on the top right. Group 4 is going to be the bottom left, the Healer. Group 5, the bottom middle is the Mystic. And group 6 is going to be the bottom right, the Cave. So I will sit back and give you a moment to kind of meditate on the cards. Choose which one feels like it's calling you. This is really just pick the energy that calls to you. This is not necessarily your energy or your person's. It could be either or. Alright, if you open the description box below, I have included timestamps and you can skip straight to your part of the reading. Alright, hello my pile one. We are going to discuss this Orphan group. Let me grab, we have Oracle and Tarot cards today. So I want to discuss the archetype deck first. We're going to read the Orphan just to see if this resonates with you. If it does not, feel free to select a different pile. Maybe you were being called to more than one. There might be a message here for you. Alright, the Orphan. The wounded child, the abandoned, the beggar. To study the Orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are ever more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. We are in a time of universal orphanage, of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It is normal to fear this card as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed. When light, we have deep solace, deep acceptance, and deep love. When dark, you feel distanced, you hate and avoid others and things. You feel controlling and limiting. So, this person or this energy is, I just see, please sir, may I have some more? They feel lost, afraid, in the dark, in need of answers, in need of change, in need of love. Love that I am assuming that their parents didn't give to them in the correct form. Love that they are not giving themselves in the correct form. That they're trying to gain from their partner at this time. and their partner is still not really reciprocating their feelings, or they're not, maybe this person has vocalized what they need or what they desire in the connection, and this other person is just not giving in. Maybe they want to set, their own rules or their own idea for what this connection is going to be, and they don't want to listen to the other person's wants or needs. They're just going to give them what they have. And this person feels without because of that energy that their partner is giving them. So we will start with the tarot, and then I have a couple of oracle cards. So the question is, why can't you be together right now? Why is this distance keeping you separated? So I've kind of taken note that those two were in reverse, but I just want them upright so I can read them. All right. We have the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the World, and the Chariot. Why can you not be together? I feel like for someone, this love is just too much effort. And that's a hurtful thing to think and a hurtful thing to say, but I feel like this person went into this connection expecting it to be easy. They expected it to for them to just go with the flow, so to speak, and that love and peace and kindness would flow from it freely, and that's not really how it works in the real world. You see, they're trying to put in some effort, and they're working hard on sowing seeds and tending to their garden, right? And he still looks disappointed. It looks like he may be harvesting early, and it's just not coming out the way it's meant to because it's not ripe, it's not ready. This could also point to maybe someone in the connection is giving, and they're just giving everything that they can to receive love in this connection, and they're still not receiving that love and that compassion and the affection that they're desiring. I feel like they're still not getting anything tangible, which means they could not be getting, someone coming forward and closing the gap, closing the distance, moving towards them, which is what they're wanting, which is what they're desiring. But, on a deeper level, they're also really desiring to just feel loved. And I feel like this person's kind of withholding that from them in a sense. There's kind of two different scenarios that are going on there. With the Queen of Pentacles being in reverse, I feel like someone is A, not nurturing this connection properly, and B, I feel like this is two different people. One person is not nurturing the connection the way that they should. They're being very selfish, focusing on their self, focusing on their money, focusing on education, whatever it is that has their attention right now, and they are neglecting the actual relationship. The other person with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is neglecting their self-care. They are not paying attention to how their body feels. They're not paying attention to what their body needs. They're not paying attention to what their mind or their spirit is telling them that it needs to continue going on, to continue providing them with energy, and to continue just existing in this world right now. So it may be time for one of you to I feel like you both need to kind of switch roles to an extent, but not as extreme. So one of you needs to focus more on self-care. The other one needs to focus on being a little bit more selfish, but not to the extreme point of where your partner is right now. With the world stuck is exactly what I was thinking. With the world in reverse, someone is definitely stuck. They are not able to move forward because of this Queen of Pentacles being in reverse. Both of you being on opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of how you see this relationship and how you treat this relationship is what is causing it to sink, what is causing it to be stagnant, and what is causing it not to move forward into what you want and where you want it to be. Okay? So let me see if I can get any other messages. I just think it's really sad with this Ace of Cups right here, because I feel like they're literally choosing to withhold love from their partner, and it's a very hurtful thing to do. It's very manipulative, and I do not like that. I do not approve of that. I try to stay unbiased as much as I can, but that makes me very upset that someone could do that to somebody. We also have 2 oracle cards. We have Enlightenment and we have Mask. Okay. Again, with the Enlightenment, I feel like I'm focusing on the child and the concept of enlightenment. The concept of enlightenment is transformation, change, growth. Yes, it's typically in a spiritual sense, but with the rest of the cards in this spread, I feel like there's a huge sense of immaturity in this connection, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I just mean that this connection is one or both partners are A, they're not on the same page, that is very clear, but B, they're not coming from a more mature, stable version of love. It's more immature, possibly toxic to an extent, because we have somebody who might be, kind of manipulative over here. It's not a very happy energy, and the Ace of Cups, okay, this is what I'm seeing right here. The Orphan reaching out their hand right here, yeah? Okay, they're wanting that love that we were talking about earlier. This person has that love to give, but look how it's facing away from the Orphan. It's turned and facing to the left, right? They're not even bothering to try and give you what you're asking for, and it's really sad. It's a very immature way of existing and being in a relationship, and quite frankly, I don't think that they deserve to be with you, but that is my opinion. With this Mask card, we have not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, and we have gaslighting. What is the biggest form of manipulation we have? Gaslighting. Hello. Okay, so this person is not who they say they are. They are very manipulative. They are very selfish. They are hiding who they are from you for, I don't even know. They're wanting something from you, and I don't know if it's just your attention. I think it's because of the effort that you give to them. It makes them feel wanted, and it feeds their ego is really what I'm hearing. You're very kind. You're very nurturing towards others. You love everyone. You give so much to everybody. You have this very slow, steady, kind, compassionate energy about yourself, where you are great at taking care of other people. You may actually, be in healthcare. You may be someone who takes care of children, or the elderly, or animals. I see you having a really big heart, and it's just very sad right now, because this person is pretending and lying to you and telling you one thing and doing another. Their actions are definitely not matching their words, which is even more hurtful, because you are struggling to understand what's going on in this situation. So, alright, let's get a little more information. The question for the timing deck is, when will this change? So when will you be able to be together? When will this person, I'm going to ask, when will they grow up, because that's kind of what they need to do. I hope it's not never, but we're not getting any cards coming out, so come on, anything. What's this? We have 6 weeks. I feel like it's going to take them a lot longer than 6 weeks. But I could be wrong. There may be some cases out there. Never ever getting back together. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, that makes a lot more sense than the 6 weeks. So I feel like for a very small percentage of you, maybe this person will turn around. Maybe they will see what they're doing wrong. And maybe they will feel guilty for their actions not matching their words, for withholding this love for you for whatever reason. And they will try to grow up, try to change, try to get better, do better, be better for this relationship, for you. and things will move forward. But for most of you, I honestly, I don't see this changing. I don't see this person, you know, really, I don't see this situation resolving in a way that is going to benefit the relationship as a whole. Like, I don't see you guys being together long term for most of you. Now, please don't come at me, because I know that's probably not why you clicked on this video, but I do not want to lie to you guys. I want to be honest and tell you what I see, tell you what I feel, because I would want someone to be honest with me, right? I don't like it when people lie to me. I don't like when people pretend and try to be fake. I can't stand that. But just know that I love you and you are very loved. Even though this might be a difficult time for you to go through, focus on you right now. Focus on taking care of yourself, loving yourself, and learning that you are such a beautiful light in this world. This Queen of Pentacles energy is very beautiful, and pairing it with the Enlightenment, I feel like you have a very beautiful journey that you're going on right now that's just going to reflect the joy and the peace and the comfort that you bring those people around you. And I feel like right now, that joy, peace, and comfort that you give to others really needs to be something that you are giving to yourself right now, okay? So try to keep that in mind. So that is all that I have for you today, Group 1. If you are wanting more clarity or a personal reading, I do offer those on my Etsy shop. My shop is closed on Sundays, open the rest of the week, and open on Saturdays if you would like to make a purchase. If not, that's totally okay. I just want you guys to have an option. I want you guys to have something personal that really resonates with you, not just a group of people. So that's linked in the description box below. It's been a pleasure reading for you as always, and I hate that this was probably not the answer that you guys were looking for, but I hope that you can find some peace, and I hope that if you were really racking your brain over whether or not this was going to work out and whether or not you were going to successfully be together, I hope that this gives you the peace that you need to move forward. Okay? I'll see you guys in the next video. Hello, my Group 2s. We are going to explore your archetype card first. Then we will move into the tarot and oracle cards. So let's take a look at the Crone. This could be your energy, it could be your person's energy. It could just be something that was appealing to you, but I like to lay these cards out so people can see if this energy resonates with them, because if this energy resonates with you, then the reading will most likely resonate with you, is how I see it. So let me find it in the book. This is a new deck for me, and I'm so excited. I've been wanting it for months. It's so beautiful, but I haven't learned it. And I'm not really one that likes to just read through a guidebook and then use the cards. I like to get in and get my hands dirty immediately. So we have the Crone, the Witch, the Old Woman, the Sage. The Crone has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of maiden, mother, and crone. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration, giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. She laughs at notions of good or bad, right or wrong, as she has seen the earth churning, smoldering, taking life and giving life. The Crone energy accepts everything in, devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using their energy to reveal hidden secrets and knowledge. Her energy resides in all of us, though it is feared by most for its power and unconventional relationship with death and the macabre. Awakening the Crone is dangerously rich and unapologetically magic. We have magic, clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive, and wise. The darker side is vindictive, bitter, isolated, and ostracized. Hecate. Oh my gosh, I knew. That's the... when they mentioned the 3, that's the exact vibe that I got. They also have Baba Yaga and Lilith. Crone has a difficult time tolerating superficial, petty, day-to-day musings. She moves away from such relationships and seeks a deeper path, even if this means a more solitary life. Immediately when I was looking at this picture, I was getting someone who kind of sees all, someone who is very observant and seeing a lot that's going on in this situation. You may be more aware of what your person is doing and thinking than they know, or vice versa. I just feel like one of you is a lot more aware in this relationship of what is actually going on between the two of you and what the other person is doing. So these, I swear I always lay them out backwards. Okay, so I'm going to turn these upright just so I can read them. Alright, and the question is, why can't we be together? Why is this distance keeping us apart? I feel like you guys may have endured a period of separation, more than just physical. Maybe you guys went no contact at some point, or broke up at some point, or maybe that's where you are right now. I do feel like with the Page of Cups that this... sorry, I was getting a... I'll explain in just a moment when we get to the Three of Cups. With the Page of Cups, I'm getting that maybe someone was kind of playing around a little bit, and they were a little more immature with respect to this relationship. Maybe they didn't take it seriously. Maybe they didn't take your feelings seriously. They may be a player type. I mean, I would get more of that energy from the Page of Wands instead. But the Page of Cups, I feel like they are playing with your feelings, is what I'm hearing. This isn't necessarily to say that they don't care about you at all, but I feel like they're not taking your emotions seriously. Maybe they're not taking the connection seriously. Again, I know the Six of Wands is not typically a cheating card, but I feel like maybe someone in this connection may have been... maybe they didn't full-on have sex with someone, but I feel like... See how he's looking at all of the different wands in the background? I feel like this person may have been looking around. Maybe they were exploring other options, or maybe they were just following, thirst accounts on TikTok or Instagram or social, just whatever social media they're on. I feel like maybe they were less focused on you, less focused on the one that they have right here, and more focused on, that person's hot, oh, that person's hot. Kind of like squirrel moments, but with attractive people. And it's sad because it's like they're missing your beauty. They're missing the beautiful qualities that you have, what you have to offer, for something much more superficial. You may actually be married or engaged to this person as well, because with this laurel wreath, I'm just getting this feeling like they put a ring on it, because none of the other ones have it. I'm just being called to really pay attention to that. I feel like this probably happened in the past. This is something that you're probably aware of. Maybe you were spying on them on social media. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. You were just trying to check up. Maybe you had some gut feelings, right? Because the Crone talked about being a witch, being, a mystic to an extent, and kind of having those abilities to see beyond what the other people can see. And I feel like your intuition may have kicked in here, and you may have been checking out their social media accounts to see if it confirmed your fears, confirmed those gut feelings that you were having. And I feel like it did. With this death card, maybe that's when you guys broke up, or maybe it just shook some things up in the connection, kind of like a tower moment would. But at that moment, I feel like you thought that the connection was dead. You thought that there was no coming back from it. You thought you couldn't or you wouldn't do this to yourself, and you didn't want to put yourself through that. And I think it's interesting because I never really pay attention to this much in the death card, but I'm noticing it now. We have, I feel like you right here as the rider, okay, your death on the pale horse, and your partner or your person is here. And I feel like they're just screaming at you to, like, reconsider. Please, you're my happiness. Please, don't leave me. I love you. I want to be with you. I've thrown all these other people to the side. I don't care about them anymore. I just want you. Please, I'll do anything. You know, just kind of begging you on their knees. Really letting their ego go, and just, it's like they're folding for you. But you felt so dead inside, so numb. It's like what they were saying didn't faze you. You were just, I'm feeling kind of dissociated, actually, when I'm doing this reading. It's a very just dissociated feeling, out of body experience almost, because your mind is just, it's been under so much stress from seeing what they were doing that your body's kind of just shutting it all out at this point, and you don't even feel like you're in your body anymore. It's a really uncomfortable, odd feeling. But I'm noticing also this little boat in the background moving forward, moving towards the right, towards the east, I guess. I feel like you, in this moment, when they were begging you, you were trying to move on. They were just standing in your way. They were just getting in your way. You want this bright, sunshiny day, this pathway right here that's going to take you to happiness. Whatever it looks like, you don't even care. You just want to get away from this. You want to move into happier times, a happier energy, a more peaceful existence. And maybe that's what this Three of Cups is. Maybe you had some friends that were coming into the picture at this time. Maybe you did leave this person, and you had some great friends that helped you cope and get through, and that supported you and celebrated with you. I'm hearing like, oh, I hated him anyway. But I think this is you right here in the red. I feel like this is you standing in your power, taking your power back, standing in courage and in bravery, because leaving this person was not easy. And I feel like maybe this doesn't resonate with all of you. That's okay. But for most of you, I feel like I totally just lost that message. I don't know where it went. I want to trust that that's spirit telling me to stop talking, but so I feel like this is you kind of standing in your power, right? And some of you may have clicked on this video not because you are with someone and not because you want to be with someone or with this person, but because you were just curious if they had changed, just curious if this was going to tell you anything about redemption for this person, just wanting to know if are they still going to be the same. That's not all of you. I feel like that's some of you. My heart is kind of hurting for you with this Devil card at the back, because I feel like you broke free from this person to some extent. Maybe you didn't completely break up with them. Maybe y'all just went on a break. Or maybe you just kind of said, hey, I need some distance. We're not going to talk as much. I want to hang out with my friends more and kind of relax. I I see you in this happy energy with your friends and family, and then it's like you fell back into that trap with this person. You fell back into this addiction and obsession and unhealthy bondage. Like, yes, this person may light your fire in a way that no one else has, but are they really good for you? Now, I can't tell you they're good for you or they're bad for you. It's not really my business, but I'm just telling you what the cards say, right? But I do see you, if you haven't already fallen back in this trap, please be wary of it, because I feel like if you are in no contact with this person, that they're going to try. But for those of you that are already in this energy or have been in this energy, I know that it's not a fun place to be. You're wanting this connection to be fruitful, and you're wanting this connection to have substance, to have meaning and purpose, and to make you feel not just loved, but to make you feel alive. And this person is just wanting a quick fix. They just want passion, heated passion. And there's something about you. It's not, oh, they're easy, or oh, they play hard to get. There's something about you that really captures their attention that they don't get anywhere else, which is why they keep coming back to you. Even though they're looking at all these other people, they keep coming back to you. Now, that's not me saying it's okay that they're looking at other people. I'm just, making an observation, but there's something about you. Something about your energy that just calls them. It lures them in like a siren. Let's take a look at your oracle cards and see if we can see anything else. We have the soulmate card and miracle. We'll go with these first. With the soulmate, I remember pulling this earlier when I was shuffling the cards and pulling cards. The vibe I got from this card was somebody doesn't understand the importance of this connection. Okay, you might see this as someone significant in your life. You might see purpose in this connection, but this person, they are at such a low vibration. You see this red. This is the root chakra. This is the lowest chakra, lowest energy center, revolves around feeling grounded, or your security, your sense of security, right? So I feel like this person is just so low energetically. They're vibrating so low and deep and dark. They don't understand you, and they do not understand why this connection even exists. They're just there for the ride, in their eyes. Now with this miracle card, I'm not sure if you can see it well, but there's a little stump here, and there's all of this energy just blooming, blossoming out of this stump. Well, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but there's a female figure right here, reaching up and out right here. I feel like that's you. You are this blessing in their life. They are in this dark double energy, this root chakra energy, unhealthy, unhealed root chakra energy, I might add, because, when you have that center clean and clear and unblocked, it's a beautiful thing. But when they're in this low vibrational energy, these people in the darkness are going to be attracted to your light. But you have brought such beautiful healing energy to this person that nobody else brings them. It's like, I see, it's not like a cat and mouse dynamic. It's the rescuer card from a different archetype deck, and I just get this vibe like, here, let me love you, let me heal you, let me help you, right? Which sounds like a noble thing, which sounds like a beautiful thing, but this person is dimming your light even more, and that's not fair to you, really. They're just taking from you, right? We have wedding rings and the dragonfly. I don't want to say that this means you guys are getting married, if that was your first thought. You may already be married. I feel like for some of you, you might already be married. But I feel like for a lot of you, this person, or someone this person was messing around with, was married. So I would definitely be careful with that. This person also might manipulate you and say that, oh, I love you, I want to marry you one day, don't leave me. That may be part of this death scene that we were looking at, where they're pleading with you to come back, to not leave. I promise I'll change. I'll give you everything you've ever wanted. I'll buy you a ring and all that. Please don't believe them, because maybe they want to believe that themselves, but I don't see them actually providing that for you. With the dragonfly, I know a lot. When I see the dragonfly, my first instinct is to think about adaptation and change, and healing, which is listed, right? But what I'm being called to is finding out things coming to light. Okay. I'm also seeing that here with this third eye energy right there. And the crone, right? We talked about the raven. So I feel like you have kind of been intuitively feeling this for a while, and then you slowly started seeing evidence, but you may have just come to this reading because you needed reassurance. Maybe you needed reassurance that, yes, this is what this person is doing, and I will give you that reassurance. Or maybe you needed reassurance that it's okay to leave, and it is, okay? You don't have to stay with somebody if they are manipulating you, even if they beg you and they plead with you. You need to do what's best for you in this situation, okay? So, it was a pleasure as always, Pile 2. If you want a personal reading, a private reading, I do have my Etsy shop linked below. But I will see you in the next video, okay? All right, my group 3s. Let's see. Trying to make sure that I have these separated correctly. There we go. It's like we're missing some. Alright, we are going to go through your archetype card that was pulled. This could be your energy, it could be your person's current energy, and then we're going to go through some tarot and oracle cards. Alright? Let's see, we have the Judge. There we go. Okay. The Critic, the Diplomat, and the Advocate. I am getting more of a negative energy from this right now. So, the Judge has an incredibly important job. They work every waking hour of every day, helping us discern what is safe, true, and just. When this archetype remains unconscious or is captivated by fear, wise discernment turns into painful judgment of self and other. Ironically, the Judge's energy can be the seed of racism, bigotry, and fear-mongering. This is the Judge out of balance building walls, separating from other. When the same discerning force is made conscious and healed, however, the Judge may be found advocating for civil rights causes, standing up for the underdog, providing resources for those in need, and forgiving again and again. Love is the deciding factor. Awakening this archetype is essential for the complex times that we are in. Get your Judge in order because the world needs it. So, the light attribute says discernment, advocacy, right action, and compassion. I personally am getting more of a darker feel from this person's energy, and it says critical, punishing, unforgiving, wall building. I'm literally feeling like somebody stonewalling, where they, give the silent treatment and try to just shut somebody out. Because these aren't really necessarily supposed to be happy readings today, right? Because we're talking about why you can't be together, what's stopping this connection from moving forward. So we have to explore the darker sides. The Judge's energy is contagious. When we feel judged, walls go up all around us. Similarly, when we feel accepted, the entire world softens. I love that. All right. So this could be you, this could be your person, or like it said, it is contagious, and it could be both of you. There are two different hands here. So it very well could be the two of you that are both in this energy right now. All right, let's start with the tarot first. Okay. I want to figure out how these go because they're in an order. And you had some extra cards that came out, so. Alright. Can you see all of these? Oh, yes, you can. Beautiful. Okay. We got them all. Alright, this is a this is a story here. Let's look. So, why can you not be together? Why is this distance getting in the way? Is it more than just the distance? Okay. So here, with this Queen of Swords, somebody they're exhausted with the way this connection is going. They are ready for change, ready for transformation, ready for that forward movement, and they verbalized it. They said, hey, look, this is what I want. These are my requirements. I want this now, okay? And they were trying to get that desired outcome. They were trying to get that gap to close. I'm assuming this is you. It could be your person. It just depends. So I want you to take what resonates, right? Help it to fit your story because we're reading for multiple people here. I feel like whoever this was that spoke up and said that, hey, I'm tired of this, I want to close the distance now, definitely did not get what they wanted. I feel like maybe their partner ended up, maybe this is where the stonewalling came in. You vocalized that you were ready to close the gap, that you were ready, whether that, I mean, for some people that may be, hey, I want to get married and close the gap. For other people, it may be, hey, I want to move in together. For some people, it may be, hey, let's move here together, but in separate living spaces, you know. It looks different for everyone. We all have our different lives and morals, ethics, and expressions. But I do feel like your person, I know this is the Five of Cups, but I'm getting a Five of Pentacles vibe too, like they left you out in the cold. Oh, wow, okay, so this is a new deck for me as well. I have yet to see this, but what was I just saying? They left you out in the cold? They left you to drown. If you can see this person out here in this ravine screaming for help. Like they just shut you out with respect to communication, with respect to feelings. Maybe they weren't giving you the love that they had been. Maybe they felt cold and just very dry towards you. And I feel like it's because when you, I mean this in a nice way, I'm not quite sure how to word it politely, but I feel like you may, the Queen of Swords, I'm an Aquarius, that's Queen of Swords energy. We can be very direct and blunt with our communication and not really think about people's feelings sometimes, but and even this Eight of Wands is kind of aggressive. I mean, he's shooting an arrow, I'm assuming as fast as he can, because the Eight of Wands is a very quick energy. I feel like instead of approaching this with, hey, I'm ready for more, it was, hey, why aren't you here? Why aren't you doing enough for me? Why don't you want this to work? Why don't you want to be here? Do you not love me enough? Things like that. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting when I see this Five of Cups. And that approach really hurt your person. It really crushed your person. Hence the stonewalling. Hence why they either ceased communication. You guys may be in no contact, but I don't feel like this is no contact for a lot of you. I feel like most of you, it's just they may be kind of taking a little more distance than you're used to. They may be not texting as much, not calling as much, or when they do call, the phone calls are a little shorter. I don't think that this person loves you any less. I don't think that they don't have feelings for you. I just think they're hurt right now and they're kind of scared because maybe this person is not ready. Maybe they don't have the finances. Maybe they're afraid of commitment. Maybe they're not ready for marriage, or maybe they're not ready to live together, or maybe they're not ready to move if it's their, if it's them that's having to move. Or maybe they're not ready for you to move to them. You know, it could be a lot of things, but regardless, I feel like this person was not ready. And that it's an assault of sorts is what I'm feeling with this Eight of Wands. Even if you didn't mean it that way, that's how they took it. That's how they received it, okay? It was kind of, they felt like they were being attacked. And I feel like that's, you know, what this is about. Now, this is some of you, not all of you. With this Devil card, I feel like your person may have kind of stonewalled you, like we talked about. They may have cut off communication, and then approached you with sex and been like, sex is going to fix it. I don't think they verbally said that, but, you know, they may have tried to make it up to you and try to rebuild that connection with sex. But I don't think it's because this person only wants you for your body. I don't think it's because they only want to sleep with you. I think it's because they aren't comfortable with their emotions, and they probably don't know how to express them very well, very openly, very confidently. And maybe sex is how they feel loved. Maybe sex is how they feel that connection, because they don't know how to share emotions any other way. I will say these two, I believe, were in reverse. This person, I mean, like we've stated before, they're not ready. I think it's interesting because this right here, the person on the right in the red, that is who is in the standard tarot deck in this card, okay? This person has been added into it. So I'm seeing this is your person and this is you in the blue, okay? You are approaching them with this globe. You have this plan, all right? This is how we can be together. This is how we can make it work. This is how I want things to go. I want you to do your part. Let's do it now, okay? He looks a little stressed, a little like he's in some distress. He's trying to grab the globe with one hand and support her and kind of give her some affection with his other hand. And I feel like your person, it's kind of like a yes dear attitude, but at the same time, they don't know how to do what you're asking them to do. So why can't you be together from this card? They don't know. They don't know how to close the gap. They don't know how to be open with their emotions. They don't know how to let go of their fear of commitment or their fear of, I don't think it's just fear of commitment with respect to marriage. I think them, if they have to move across the globe, across the country, or to a different country, to a different state, whatever it is, that's a huge commitment in itself, right? They don't know how they can make that happen. They're terrified to make that happen. They're trying to pretend like everything's okay. They're trying to pretend like they're in their strength and they're being brave and they're courageous and they're in their power, but they're really not. They're really scared of all of this, okay? With this King of Swords, this just tells me this person is not open and honest with communication. I don't think they're necessarily lying to you about, hey, they're cheating on you, or hey, there's somebody else, or hey, they don't want this. They just don't really know how to communicate in a healthy way, okay? I'm also getting the feel from this, they're not really getting any ideas on how they can truly make this happen. I'm not seeing any pentacles, so I don't think money is standing in the way. But I do feel like something is holding them. Something is tying them down to where they are. And it may just be fear. I mean, the Suit of Swords is all about intellect and your mind and your thoughts, right? So, and communication as well. But it may simply be they're frozen in fear. And that's why they're not able to get their footing. They're not able to bring you anything tangible like the Suit of Pentacles, like the Knight or King of Pentacles. With the Knight of Swords, I feel like this person is fighting for happiness in this connection. They're fighting for the love in this connection. however they may be going about it the wrong way. I feel like their words hurt. They, again, like we previously said, they're not great communicators. And I'm being called to look at this archetype deck again for this judge because it's screaming at me right here. Hold on. Here we are. Okay, we have critical, punishing, unforgiving, wall building. So aside from the stonewalling that they talked about, criticism, maybe they're criticizing you. Okay, so maybe what happened was you approached them, this is what I want, this is what I need. They felt hurt, defensive. What happens when you get in that defensive mode? Maybe they stayed quiet for quite some time and they stonewalled you for quite some time. But when they started to kind of come out of that and started kind of speaking up again, it was very short, blunt text messages or statements that they made to you that were not very nice. So, hey honey, how was your day? Fine. Well, hey, do you want to do anything? No. Or I don't care. You know, situations like that. And it really hurt you. And this was in reverse as well. The sun was in reverse as well, right? We have two children that are just playing and enjoying life and being free and not caring about anything in the world but the moment and the peace and the happiness and the joy that they're feeling. And this lack of communication between the two of you is really, A, robbing you both of joy in this connection and in life, and B, keeping it from moving forward into something more, into something tangible, and keeping you from closing that distance between the two of you. So, let's take a look at your oracle cards. We have 3. We have perfection, we have photograph, and we have soulmates. So I do feel like this is a good connection. I don't, like I said, I'm not getting any really negative energy, just this person doesn't communicate well. So, and maybe that's part of what they're here to learn. Maybe that's part of what they have to go through in this connection, is they have to learn to communicate better and communicate not only better in a nicer way, but also communicate their needs and their wants, because I feel like that's something else that this person has trouble doing. They don't know how to tell you what they want or what they need. But I feel like this distance does hurt them, and I feel like they do miss you. We have the photograph. It says, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. I do feel like this person wants to come forward. They just can't right now. I feel like they're frozen in fear is literally what I'm hearing with that King of Swords in reverse and the Two of Wands in reverse. So with this perfection card, I'm not taking the traditional meaning of this card. I'm going to tell you what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling from it. When someone is stonewalling you, like the archetype book said, with that lack of communication, that energy can be very contagious. Okay. Let me just read it for you again. Hold on. I know I keep going back to this, but it's very pertinent to your situation right now, so I want you to get the most out of this reading. The judge's energy is contagious. When we feel judged, walls go up all around. Similarly, when we feel accepted, the entire world softens. So I'm not even listening to the word perfection. All I see is this woman giving with both of her hands. Okay? In this judge card, someone has their hand extended out empty. Just one hand. Okay? This woman's trying to give with both. So one of you, I mean, it doesn't have to be you. I'm just saying you because you're the one listening to this reading, right? One of you is going to have to give. You may be afraid to give, but you're going to have to. When you give to this person, you let your guard down, you let your walls down, you communicate in love and light and peace and kindness, and acceptance and unconditional love, and you give from your heart so freely to them. It's going to be contagious, and they're going to do the same. They may slowly creep out of that walled up energy. That wall might slowly come down, but it's inevitable when you give this kind of energy towards that person, okay? So I'm going to tell you to try to speak words of kindness. Tell them that you love them. Even if they don't say it back, that's okay. It may hurt, I understand, but just because they don't say it doesn't mean they don't feel it, okay? Just give, okay? Try to be open. Try to let your guard down and your walls down. Now, you don't have to do that. This is just what I'm getting from these cards, okay? But I think that's... Oh, no, we have one more. I'm so sorry. We have another question. When will it change? So my question for this person is, when are they going to get out of that freeze state? When are they going to be more confident and step into their power? When are they going to come out of this freeze state? Okay, so we have some different cards that came out for timing. We do have 2 months, we do have in a minute, and we do have summer. So I feel like some of you, this might be sooner rather than later. Some of you might have to wait several months for them to kind of come around and come out of their shell and start telling you what they want, what they need, and telling you why they're afraid to move forward, and come out of that freeze state and move into a state of action where they can come to you. So that being said, that is all I have for you. I apologize for missing that question at the last minute. But it's been a pleasure, as always. If you would like a personal reading or like more insight on your connection, feel free to book a reading with me. My Etsy shop is linked in the description box below. But it has been a pleasure, as always, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, my group 4s with this beautiful healer card. Let's see. We have your archetype cards, some tarot, and some oracle decks. I want to start with the archetype, this healer. This could be your energy, it could be your person's energy. All right. The Lightworker, the Gifted, the Old Soul. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. In Sanskrit, the word avidya means forgetting, and it is said that this is the source of all suffering and disease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways, from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is a multi-layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its own origin, much like the Ouroboros. That was hard to get through, guys. I'm sorry about that. So the light side says self-contained, grateful, and awake. The dark side says tired, needy, forgetting its own practice. You may be forgetting your purpose right now, is what I'm hearing. The image of the serpent is eternally tied to healing and medicine, both Western and Eastern. Study the serpent and its power. I'm curious to see if there's a serpent in any of these cards, actually. There may be, there may not be. I don't know. I kind of hope. That'd be cool, but... sadly, I don't see any, but they could be hiding. Let's see. So the question is, why can't we be together? Why can't we close the gap? Why is this distance still keeping us separated? You guys are going through it right now. You are really going through it. I do see you fighting side by side to make this relationship last, to make it work. But I do feel like this relationship is in need of healing. I feel like that's why the healer card has come out. I don't think it's, just one of you. I think both of you do. I think both of you have been through some pain together. I don't feel like it's, I don't know. I feel like for most of you, it's not self-inflicted wounds. I don't feel like you're hurting each other. I feel like this is other people around you, maybe not accepting this connection or this relationship, that have really just hurt the both of you, and you're trying to fight through it and be like, well, we can get through this. Forget what they say, whether it's your friends or your family. I love you. I want to be with you. We're going to fight and stand by each other's side through thick and thin. But you're getting very hurt in the process by people that you do love and people that do matter. And you're just really trying to figure things out right now. It's like you can't understand why people would be so hurtful towards you guys. Like they have no heart, they have no emotion, they have no feelings, like they're just empty inside. And I feel like you guys are really scared, like you don't understand what this next phase or next chapter has. You don't know what's coming next. Like you have to be on guard at all times because you don't know what's next. You don't know who's going to say what, who's going to do what. People may have gotten physically aggressive with you over this connection, actually. With Strength and the Page of Pentacles, I feel like you guys are just run down and weak and unable to move forward because of all of the damage that these other people, the toll that these other people have taken on your relationship. It's like it's kind of started seeping in to other areas of this connection. So like, this is just an example. It doesn't have to be, a fit for all of you, but say your mother did not approve of this relationship, and every time you were around your mother, she would tell you, oh, they're not good enough for you. They're not even here. Why would you want to be with somebody that's never here? You should just break up with them. Things like that. People, and you hear it so often that it's like seeping into your mind, and then you start worrying and being like, oh, well, what if they're right? What if this connection isn't going to last? What if this connection is a waste of time? But you're still fighting for it anyway, because part of you is like, oh, what they're saying is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. I don't want any part of people who are going to speak to me like that. I feel like that's for a select few, but yeah, I'm just getting a huge sense of fear. Like you're not strong enough to go on. Like you can't continue. I do feel like finances play into this as well. You guys may not have enough money to get a place together, and you definitely don't have enough money to get separate places, because living together would be cheaper than buying your own house or apartment or whatever it is. But I feel like not just that, but it's like with all of this yellow, I feel like the life and the joy has been sucked out of this connection from all of these people around you. It's like they have drained you people, like you and your partner, dry of any happiness. And I'm seeing this transformation from the King of Pentacles to the Emperor. And I'm seeing someone who felt like they had it all with this relationship. It was abundant, it was fruitful, they were loved, they were appreciated, they were cared for, they felt stable and connected to this person, and there was this sense of loyalty that was unmatched. They felt protected by this person. And it's like the people who are fighting against you, I mean, have just, yes, they've kind of run down this connection like a phone that's on 1%, okay? But they've also forced both of you to be more wise, to stand your ground more, and to I feel like this stoic person who just is being berated with all of these words and nothing phases them. So I feel the two of you moving into this energy where whatever these people are saying to you stops phasing you and stops holding you back from, you know, moving in together or closing the distance. But I do feel other people are heavily involved. I mean, if you look in all of these cards, nobody's alone except for the High Priestess. She's the only one that's alone, okay? Everybody else has somebody. There's two people. There's, you know, a woman and a lion. We have a little little dwarf and a young man, and then we have this King of Pentacles and his bull, and then we have the Emperor and a ram. No one's alone. It's like I keep saying you people, and it sounds offensive, but I mean you and your partner. You and your partner, and maybe that's what they're saying to you. You people just disgust me, is what I'm hearing. It's like you and your partner cannot get a moment of peace, no matter where you go. Maybe it's a very different dynamic than the world is used to. Maybe, you know, people could pick you out from a crowd, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a lot of people that clearly are offended by you being with your partner for whatever reason. And that's the answer. That's why you can't be together right now, is other people are too involved in your relationship. Other people are having too much of an effect on your connection. We have impartiality, we have date and healthy choices. Meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, plan, set a date. Making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, and being happier. And then we have impartiality. I feel like the impartiality is more indifference than anything. I just get this vibe like both of you don't care about what the best decision for each of you is, because you want to be together so badly. And so even though both of you are getting hurt from this connection, you're failing to make these healthy choices for yourself. Okay? So I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you leave this person or stay with this person. I can tell you that it's probably best if you start making some decisions for yourself that are going to heal you mentally, physically, and spiritually, because that is what is important right now. Because you too can't carry on like this. Other people are hurting you so much that I'm telling you, it is draining this relationship. It's sucking it dry, and it will not last if the two of you allow all of these people to continue to drain your joy, okay, to drain your happiness. Now, I'm not necessarily going to say you need to get back out there and find somebody else, okay? Maybe it just means take this person on a date, okay? Maybe it just means plan or set a date to be together. Forget what all these other people are saying. Forget all these other people having this outside influence. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this now. Okay, or we're going to do this in 6 months, or, you know, whatever it is. Maybe you guys need to have a conversation about that. Maybe you need to talk and just tell your partner, look, I don't care what all of these people think anymore. I want this, okay? I want to go all in. Let's do it. Okay, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. But let's ask our final question. When will things change? When will things change? Which is really when will, next month, hello. Really asking, you know, when this gap will be closed, or when, you know, things will get better for the two of you. I'll get some other cards because there's a lot of people. December. We have anything else? 6 months, which, oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell if you guys are wearing headphones, but I literally verbally said 6 months a minute ago. That's amazing. Okay, so within the next 6 months, you guys are going to get this figured out. You're going to get this sorted. You're going to take the time to heal yourself and each other and shut these people out, okay? Don't let these people hurt you or influence your relationship any longer is really the moral of the story, okay? So, thank you so much, guys, for sticking around. It's been a blessing. It's been a pleasure being able to read for you. Just know that this too shall pass, okay? You're not going to be here forever, I promise you. If you would like to book a personal reading, I do have my Etsy shop listed below in the description box. I usually get those completed within 24 to 48 hours. So, I will see you guys in the next video, and until then, I hope you have a fantastic, fantastic time. Alright, my group 5, my mystics. Let's see, we have some tarot and oracle cards for you. We'll go through this mystic card in the archetype book first, and then we will take a look at your other cards that came out. So, this mystic. Well, no. There it is. Okay, found it. So we have the mystic, the seer, the light worker, the dreamer. The mystic is often misunderstood in our culture, depicted as a wandering or light-hearted daydreamer. Yet, like Shiva, the true mystic plays a critical role in society, remaining fearlessly dedicated to the path of transformation. In order to save the earth from darkness, Shiva swallows the poison of the world and holds it in his throat, slowly transmuting the liquid into nectar. This is the work of the mystic. They do not fear darkness, but rather sit in the presence of it, harness the potential and latent energy behind it, and embed it with light. They are patient and prudent change-makers, seeking growth above all else. Unanswerable questions are the mystic's lifeblood. The mystic reveals in mystery, in the great riddle of life, dancing with the forces of light and dark upon its wings. We have remover of darkness, visionary, ageless, expects results, seeks attention and recognition. Like any light worker, the mystic must build a relationship with fire. This begins by awakening the inner flame within. I definitely feel like you and your person were brought together for you to level up in a sense. Not just you, but also this person. There's like this sense of transformation, elevation, change, maybe spiritual enlightenment that is being involved. So, our question today is, why can't we be together? Why is this distance keeping you apart? It definitely seems very unfair. I feel like someone is not appreciating what they're being given and they're asking for too much. I don't know if it's you or your person, but it's like it's causing this divide between the two of you. And similar to one of the previous piles, whichever the judge was, I don't know if it was 3 or 4, similar to that one where you kind of stonewall each other and you're not communicating very well, or you're withholding love from one another. That's what I'm getting from this 2 of Cups, like, you want to give love to each other, but you're not. You want to communicate, but you're not. You want to move things forward, but you're not. And I think it's because someone's desires are getting in the way. Someone's asking for too much. They desire too much in this relationship. And that desire may just simply be somebody wants to close the gap and somebody doesn't. It could be other things, but I see someone unhappy because they're not getting what they want. They're getting something other than that. They're being, like, you tell your partner, oh, I want blueberries, but they get you oranges. Because oranges is all they had. Okay, maybe they couldn't afford the blueberries. But it's upsetting because that's not what you want. You know, you want what you want. And you've told this person what you want. You've told them your desires. You've told them your plans even for a future with this person. And it just doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem fair. This isn't fair to me. And then they shut you out and it's like, well, why are you shutting me out? I feel a lot of back and forth energy. I don't want to say toxic energy necessarily, but just a lot of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, 1 minute you guys are talking and you're all lovey-dovey and sweet and nothing is wrong, and then 20 minutes later you're stonewalling and not talking to each other, or you're fighting or arguing, and maybe someone's hanging up and not answering your calls anymore. It's a very frustrating energy to be in. It's, yeah. I don't know if you guys are in separation. If you are in separation in this group, this is not going to be for everyone. That may be why extra cards came out. If you are in separation in this group, I feel like there may be someone else. Either you have someone else or they have someone else. Because I feel like you guys were having your back and forth, and then you shut each other out. And then there was like, it's just like a dead end. Like I said, like someone just hung up the phone and won't answer anymore. Like they blocked you or something. They shut you out. Or maybe you shut them out. Could be vice versa. And then someone came along and was like, oh, I'll be your shoulder to cry on. Tell me everything. Tell me everything that happened. What all went wrong. And they were, I mean, I feel like this person was probably sincere in their efforts. They wanted this person to feel better, but they were also kind of using them for sex. They just wanted some quick sex from it. I don't think that they really wanted anything long term, but I feel like that's probably what's keeping this relationship stuck. Is you guys, most of you, this pile may not be for you, so if it's not, please go back and pick a different pile. But a lot of you, I'm feeling somebody else. I'm heavily feeling someone else in kind of an emotionally manipulative energy. Like, oh, he didn't take care of you, baby, I will. You know, oh, he didn't take care of your needs, I will. So this person wasn't getting what they wanted from you, somebody else provided it for them. And that's kind of where you guys are at. And that's not a very happy place to be in. I don't want to say there's coming back from that because I don't know. That's up to the two of you to decide, but that may be why you're not communicating right now. That may be why it doesn't seem very fair and why you're both shutting each other out so much. Maybe it's one of you that did this. Maybe it's both of you. I don't think that this has to necessarily be that they went out and had a one-night stand. They could have just been sexting someone that they met on Instagram, you know. The internet is a crazy thing these days. You can do so much on it. But I feel like, yeah, when they shut you out, they were being emotionally consoled by somebody else, and they took advantage of them. They cried out to them, they sobbed, and I know it's probably hard to believe given everything that I've said up until this point, but they were hurt by this, all of this past energy. This lack of communication between the two of you, this unfair, unjust behavior that was going on between the two of you. them not meeting your expectations, they were really hurting from this, and this person just swooped in and took advantage of them. I'm not saying that's okay. I'm just saying that that's what the cards are telling me. For very few of you, it's going to be a little bit different where this person didn't actually do anything. Maybe they vented to this third party, but it didn't quite get to that point where sex actually happened or they were intimate together in another way. I mean, emotionally, obviously, they were intimate. They were consoling this person after they were telling them everything about your connection, but for some of you, it was just that sex was just out of reach. It didn't get to that point. So, ooh, yeah, okay, these cards don't lie. We have forgiveness, and we have guilt, we have sunglasses, and hand of cards. So, wow, okay. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out, taking a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing their hand, and gambling. I feel like your person does feel remorse. They do feel bad. It's like they're out here trying to be their best selves. They were trying really hard to make you happy, right? And give you everything that you wanted, but it wasn't enough for you. And it's like maybe you said some things that made them feel insufficient, like they weren't good enough, like they couldn't give you what you needed or wanted. And they felt so like they just had to pretend to be this perfect person. They had to pretend to be somebody they weren't, because maybe they're like, we go back to the blueberries and the oranges. Maybe you wanted the blueberries. They couldn't give you the blueberries because they're allergic. Okay, so they gave you the oranges instead. You know, I know that sounds so silly, but it works for me, and I hope it works for some of you. But it's like they felt like they had to pretend to be or do something that wasn't true to themselves, and they were being fake. They weren't happy about that, but they just tried to ignore it, tried to go along with the status quo, tried to make you happy anyway, and it just ended up kind of, it was like this snowball effect, one bad thing after another, after another, after another, and that's how we got here to this point. Now, there is a girl in the background that's got a bottle of vodka open on the table and just looks absolutely miserable. I'm assuming that's you. I'm assuming, not all of you are going to be drinking heavily, but I'm assuming that's you trying to drown your woes and drown these feelings out because you're hurting because of what happened between you and this person. If you're in no contact, this person is definitely thinking of you. They're definitely checking up on you. They feel guilty because of what they have done. I'm assuming you already know most of the information that's in this reading. I'm assuming most of you know that this person was cheating. I'm assuming most of you are aware of the infidelity, because this person definitely has a sense of guilt, but they're also separated from the other person. So they're trying to forgive themselves first right now. They are struggling to do that. I feel like they're kind of dissociating a lot too and trying to pretend like they're not in the reality that they're in right now. They're trying to pretend like they didn't do the things that they did. And they're just trying to forget that it ever happened. I do feel forgiveness for you as well. They're trying to forgive you for not being happy with the things that they did provide to you. With the hand of cards, it says take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, and gambling. I feel like that hand of cards has to go with the Queen of Cups and Ace of Wands. They were looking for, I don't think they were really looking for a one-night stand. I think they were looking for someone to console them, somebody to open up to that would listen to them in a non-judgmental fashion, because they felt heavily judged by you and by this connection. I think that's where the Justice comes in reverse. They didn't feel like their thoughts and their viewpoints were accepted. So that is definitely why you guys are not moving forward or in union, why this connection is not, why there's still distance between the two of you physically. So, let's pull a card. When is this going to change? When is this dynamic going to change? Spirit will not disclose when birds sing. I have another one. When words have been spoken. Very, very nice of Spirit. I feel like you are probably not in contact with this person. That when words have been spoken kind of confirms that for me, for most of you anyway. I feel like there's definitely a conversation that needs to be had. They're going to ask for your forgiveness. I don't see them begging for it. I feel like they have too much pride to do that, but I do think that they will ask you for forgiveness and they will offer an apology in their own way. When birds sing to me always feels like spring or something, but I just feel like this is not something that you're meant to know right now, unfortunately. So, yeah. Well, my fantastic group 5, thank you so much for sticking around. I'm sorry, I know this message was probably not easy to digest, but I do appreciate you sticking around for the message anyway. It's a pleasure reading for you as always, and if you would like to get a personal reading, something that is tailored to you and your energy and experience that you're going through, my Etsy shop is linked below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, my group 6 with the cave. Last but not least, we have tarot and oracle cards. So let's see what is going on in your connection. I want to look at this archetype card first, and then we'll look at why the two of you are separated by this distance. Alright, the cave. The dark, the portal, the interior. I'm getting hermit vibes immediately, just from, I don't know if you can see it, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's an eye here and an eye here. It's just like this face hiding in this cave. Those who are fortunate enough to find and to enter the cave are forever changed. It is a place of potent power, acting both as a portal to another realm and a space for sacred ritual and initiation. The cave is a place to return for meaningful retreat where one can see the true self in the darkness. The hermit, I swear it's the hermit. In esoteric teachings, the cave is known to reside in the center of the heart. Within its walls, the whispers of compassion and self-understanding can be heard. Yet because of its mystery and power, many of us fear the cave and never try to find it. We busy ourselves in the bright lights of the city while the cavernous and dimly lit chamber calls out to us in the night. Where is your cave? You already know. Return to it and tend to the fire. We have the sacred center within. We have withdrawal, isolation, and hiding. There's also a message on the side that says, slowly and steadily, crystals of enormous magnitude grow within the dark confines of the caves. Let the cave teach you patience. Interesting. Okay. So let's take a look at your tarot and see what's keeping you two apart. I feel like this connection started off really well. There's a lot of hope, a lot of inspiration, a lot of guidance in the beginning of this connection. I feel like you two were really supportive of one another and really there for each other, and it was very sweet, kind, romantic. Maybe they were very chivalrous. I feel like you may be the one who reached out first, who said that you were interested first. And maybe they kind of let you take the lead on this. Maybe they followed you, they followed in your footsteps and just said, I'll go wherever you want me to go. I love you. I'll go where you want me to go. And now it's like there's this big upheaval that's about to happen, or that has happened recently. And I'm seeing someone who's very stuck mentally and spiritually. We have, this, I think it's interesting that the Hanged Man's right here in the middle, right under this cave. Like the cave is calling to this Hanged Man, calling him so that he can transform within and have this spiritual transformation, ascension, this growth. There's something that you're not seeing clearly. Like, and it may simply be you're not seeing from this person's perspective. Honestly, I feel like it's both of you. Both of you are not seeing from each other's perspective. I feel like in this tower, it's interesting because, I don't know if you can see it on camera, there's a person here on this top floor, and there's a person here on the floor immediately under it. I feel like you guys just aren't on the same page in life. Like, you're desiring different things. Maybe you want to move to Colorado and they want to move to New York. Who knows? But I feel like you are wanting different things from this connection, and it's difficult to keep something going if you don't want the same outcome, right? So I feel like you guys might have some emotional distance involved because of that. With the Hanged Man, again, I just feel like you're not seeing from each other's perspective. You are not seeing from theirs, they're not seeing from yours. I feel like the Hanged Man in reverse is also this sense of instability as well. He's hanging from this tree that is providing him with support, that's providing him with stability. It's very strong, it's rooted into the ground very deeply. And you guys just don't have, it's like you guys don't have that firm foundation, and it's about to get shaken up even more. Like if you look in the tower, what foundation is there? It's barely standing on this very small cliff. There's not much there for this to stand on right now. I feel like you guys are seeking outside help, or one of you is. Like I'm getting like fairy godmother vibes. There's somebody, maybe a grandmother, or a mother, or just an older female figure, who is giving one or both of you advice on how to approach the situation, on how to really change your perception with respect to this connection. It's like you guys don't... Another thing that I'm noticing, there was another pile similar that had a similar feel to it, but I see all of these people that are charging into this tower. I don't know why. I feel like the person at the top is like this damsel in distress, and the person on the floor under her was the knight in shining armor that tried to save her. Okay. But maybe they got stuck and they figured out, oh crap, I can't save this person. And it's like all these people are coming in to rescue the damsel in distress. But I feel like they're They don't look very aggressive, like, you know, pitchforks and stuff, but I do kind of have that feeling like some of them are very angry at the person on the lower level, the knight that didn't save her, which I think it's more, obviously, it's more than saving you. There was something that this person promised you that that fell through, and this could be your family and friends coming for them. And people don't understand why you even allowed this person to do this to you. I feel like you might not even understand why you allowed this person to do this to you. And maybe that's where this Queen of Swords is stepping in. Maybe she's giving you advice on how to move forward, how to get out of this predicament that the two of you have found yourself in. I feel like you guys, regardless of whatever this tower moment is, I still don't fully understand it, I'm going to be honest. Regardless of this tower moment, I see you guys moving on, just moving in general, like escaping that tower together. This Two of Pentacles, he's trying really hard to balance these two coins, right? But in the background, you see these really massive waves and this small ship that's trying to really sail these stormy seas. And here in the Six of Swords, we also have these rough waters right here that they're trying to escape from and move into these calmer, peaceful, more serene waters, this happier time. And there's also a star right here that's leading them, guiding them. That is your Queen of Swords. That person is guiding you out of this tower and onto this island way over here where it's safe, where nobody else can get to you. Yeah, I haven't said this, I don't think, for really any of the groups, but I see you moving somewhere with this person, but I don't necessarily see you moving together on your own. I see you moving into someone else's home, maybe a grandparent or a mother or something, or a home that they supplied you with, or that they're helping you with. So I know the original question was, why can't you be together, but I feel like this is coming in pretty quick. I could be wrong. But regardless of why these people don't want you together, it's going to come out in the end, okay? Y'all are going to escape. Y'all are going to break free and get to this secluded island where you don't have to worry about these angry people anymore, and you're going to be here with this sweet fairy godmother energy that I was talking about, with this woman who loves the both of you. I feel like they love both of you, and they want to give you a refuge, a safe space, a place of peace. Okay? Let's see what our cards are. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we talked about these people down here, right? What do we have? We have gossip. There are people that are trying to influence your relationship that aren't happy about the two of you being together. They don't want you together. They don't. It's like they're trying to stop it as best as they can. They're trying to stick their foot in the door and tell you they're not good enough for you, or they're going to up and leave you, or whatever they're trying to tell you. Don't listen to them. You do what you feel is best for you and what you feel is best for this connection. You do what you want, okay? Don't listen to these people. Listen to yourself, all right? We also have acceptance. I feel like, again, the spirit that is trying to support this person, this waitress, this is the whole fairy godmother person that I was talking about. They're going to guide you. They're going to love you and try to show you this kindness and help you get through this really tough, dark time, okay? We have two others. We have seduction and twin flame, okay? Twin flame energy could be why everyone's telling you this person is bad for you. There may be, like, did I say there was some back and forth at the beginning? I'm not sure if I said that. That may have been a different group. But regardless, people sense that this connection is off balance, okay? That's why they're trying to interrupt it even more. So, I know twin flame journeys are difficult. I know that there's usually very few that last. That's not to discourage you, that's just, you know, the reality of the situation, but I feel like these people know, that, or think they know, that this connection isn't going to make it, and they're trying to tell you that, but you, again, I know I've said this 10 times, listen to yourself, okay? Listen to your heart, your energy, and what Spirit is telling you. With this seduction card, we have attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. I feel like it's, I mean, the only way that this makes sense to me is the third party interference. I don't think that it's necessarily, I think for some of you, maybe there's somebody that's really trying to stick their foot in the door and steal your man kind of thing, or woman. But for most of you, I think the third party is really like family and friends, or other people around the town, you know, people who think that they know you and think that they know your person and think that they know what's best for the two of you, and they're just trying to kind of interrupt. Let's see, I want to know when y'all are going to make this escape. When are you going to escape from this tower moment? Once you let go with pure intent, patience is needed. Ooh, March. Okay. When, and then we have on the bottom when flowers bloom. So, I know this connection may be stressing you out, but it may be time to retreat in this cave. Okay, retreat into that cave. And it's interesting because I think patience was also listed in this guidebook. Let the cave teach you patience. So yes, right now is your time to learn patience, which is difficult. That is something I'm still trying to learn right now. It's a tough journey to be on. I would retreat into that cave, go into that darkness, go into that isolation, and sit with yourself, with your emotions, with your knowing, your spirit, okay, your body, and exist. That's it. Just exist. Okay? Otherwise, I feel like these third-party people are really going to get to you too much and be the downfall of this connection. So, well, my sweet pal 6, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It was a pleasure being able to read your cards for you. If you're wanting a more personal reading, I do offer those on my Etsy shop. It is linked in the description box below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video.